Live from downtown Vancouver at the Vancouver Film School campus, it's time for EP Live. Hey, I'm Victor Lucas, and you are watching EP, and welcome to the very first episode of the brand new season of EP Live. And you may have noticed that there's something a little bit different going on here. We've got a brand new environment. We have partnered with the Vancouver Film School, and we are set up in a cafe space that they have. It's the VFS Cafe. The address is 390 West Hastings in Vancouver. And yes, we do have a live audience in the room right now. Thank you for coming out, everybody. This is incredible. We've never done anything like this before, but the moment that we started EP Live last year, I thought, you know, maybe this can evolve into something. Maybe we could work this out, that we could open it up to people in the community and in the city, that they could come and watch the show, and then we could bring in some really cool guests and kind of celebrate all the incredible creativity that passes through Vancouver or is based right out of Vancouver. And I thought EP could be a really good home for that. And honestly, I created the name, The Electric Playground, with the idea that maybe one day we would have a destination that people could come to. And that's a shout out to Much Music and their space on Queen Street from way back in the day, which became this great space in Toronto that everybody in Canada knew about. So we've got a space now, and we are going to have all kinds of cool guests that are going to be coming to the show, and I am super pumped about that. We have got a great show today, of course. It's our first one, and we've kind of hit the ground running because we've had to put all of these pieces together and put the new set and the new graphics. It's taken a lot of work from a lot of people, and I have to give some big thank yous to all of the folks, all of our friends at Vancouver Film School, including the staff and the people here at the VFS Cafe who have had to put up with us moving stuff in and wiring and testing sound and testing all of our video feeds and all that stuff. It's been a little bit like, what's happening? But we're here, and we're very excited with that, and we're very excited to be partnered with the VFS facilities because this school is incredible. They produce game makers and filmmakers and animators, and we're going to find out a little bit more about that with our first guest, Christopher Bennett, when he comes out a bit later. But first, we're going to get into the rundown, and I want to invite my guest host for this episode. He's my very good friend, Johnny Millennium, who comes to us from Happy Console Gamer. Come on up, Johnny, and don't step on any of the wires.
Yay!
Wow. Thank
Johnny.
you.
Thank you.
Woo, Johnny Millennium.
A live crowd.
Wow, we are here.
I gotta say, look at this set. Isn't this set amazing?
I'm seeing it on the stream for the first time. It actually looks pretty good.
I really need to up the ante on my own show. I mean, this is putting me to shame here, 100%, but fantastic stuff.
Our art director, Tavis Dunn, did all the new graphics, and he designed our backdrop, and I wanted him to do something that kind of incorporated a lot of our history, because obviously we've done EP in a bunch of different, varietals. You can kind of pick your flavor of EP from over the years, but we've never done it like this. So we've got
all the different logos,
some Easter eggs, on the buildings back there.
I'm seeing them all. It's
and
great.
We've got the whole new graphic intro and all this stuff. But Tavis, she did an amazing job, and our friend and our former DOP Richard Grundy actually came in and lit us all up and stuff. So Richard and Tavis, huge thank yous there. But honestly, I want everybody in this room to give, and everybody at home too. We're watching you guys. We're watching you. Big round of applause for Blake Siefkin. I could not do this with anybody else besides Blake. He is an amazing collaborator, and I keep throwing crazy ideas at him, and he goes, okay, all right, we'll do that. And so we're doing this. But we are going to start with our rundown.
Right.
That's, I think, enough thank yous for at least these 5 minutes, right? Yeah, we'll get back to some more thank yous in a bit. And of course, the big news right now is after months of rumors, Gotham City has officially stepped up to say that they need a new Caped Crusader. Batman vs. Superman and Justice League star Ben Affleck is officially stepping aside from the role of Batman in the DC movie universe. Affleck and Warner Bros. Have both announced that the upcoming Batman solo movie, directed by Cloverfield and Apes veteran Matt Reeves, will focus on a younger version of the character, with Affleck being replaced by a new and younger actor in the lead role. No word yet on who might replace him, but we do know that the movie will hit theaters on June 25th, 2021. There's always a chance that Affleck could return as the older Bruce Wayne at some point in the future. Did you like Affleck as Batman?
He's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have that much of a problem. I'm more of a Michael Keaton guy. You know,
Yeah.
I would have liked to see Michael Keaton do a Dark Knight.
Well,
you know, set in the future. You know, for sure.
There's this internet buzz right now about Michael Keaton getting to do Batman Beyond and playing an older Bruce Wayne
That
and
would be
focusing on
amazing.
a younger Terry McGinnis.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I mean, they're full on with the Batman that Matt Reeves is going to do. And Matt Reeves worked on Cloverfield and the Planet of the Apes trilogy,
which are amazing.
Incredible director, so talented, and he's going to make something I think really fresh. He's going to make the movie about the detective roots of Batman. And as someone that has grown up with Batman and has read the books, you know, from the '60s forward, I used to collect all of these issues. And
Detective Comics. That's
I
what
love
it's
them.
called. Yeah,
exactly. He's the
yeah.
world's greatest detective, and so that's what he's going to focus on. And so, of course, Batman's my favorite character. He's the, you know.
I know that, Vic.
I have many Batmans in my collection.
Just a few. Yeah,
so
at least 20.
I'm super excited about who they're going to cast here, and the name that keeps popping up in my mind is Armie Hammer. That's the guy that I think, he played the Lone Ranger, which was not a good movie, but he's a terrific actor, and he actually has, I think he was cast as Batman in George Miller's Justice League.
Is there some rumors he's going to be in this? Or is it just your wishful thinking here?
When you search who's going to be the next Batman, he's the guy that keeps popping up all over the place. Yeah. Another interesting choice is somebody like Michael B. Jordan, who just killed it in Black Panther. Obviously, you know, kind of a different look for Batman, but I think that guy is such a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
And he's commanding with such presence. I think he would nail it. Everything I've seen with Michael B. Jordan, he's just killed
and
it.
you did a little thing on Twitter, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And
let me
I want
open
to see
that
who's
up.
winning.
Yeah,
I want to see who's winning.
you know,
a little poll to see who the next Batman should be.
You can be a little cheeky with those polls, and that's what I did. I said, who should be the next Batman? Armie Hammer, Michael B. Jordan, Liam Hemsworth, who's the younger Hemsworth. There's about 19 Hemsworth brothers.
Yeah.
And this is one of the younger ones, but he's solid. He's a good actor.
I am liking the last choice, and the last choice is winning right now.
Last choice is your mom. So right now,
Perfect.
more people want your mom to be Batman than Armie Hammer. So that
My
might
mom
be,
would make a good Batman.
Yes.
Short little British Yorkshire lady. She'd be amazing. I'm gonna get you, Joker.
clean up your room.
She has the old smoker's cough going on as well.
Oh, does she really?
Well, yeah. She smoked for many years. She's quit now.
Needs
She's
an
good.
inhaler.
Yeah.
Clean up your room, Johnny. I love it.
She does say that when she comes over to visit.
I love it.
That's for sure.
Well, we are going to find out about, you know, obviously who the new Batman is going to be. I still remember when they announced Affleck, and he was still coming off of all of the J-Lo kind of hype, you know, like there was all the...
He was kind of a hot actor in Hollywood at that point, yeah.
But he was so famous and so in the gossip magazines like crazy, and I think that was the tough thing for me. I can only speak for myself, but when I saw it, it was like, this is just going to feel like cosplay. He's just going to look like he's putting on the suit. We all know him. We know how he speaks. We know how he's in the news so much that he can't really inhabit that role, but he actually surprised me. He was actually pretty good.
And he did
as
not want to
Batman.
be a part of it anymore. He just had enough. It was like it wasn't turning out quite the way he wanted.
Yeah.
With the entire series and all that, a lot of negativity.
We've all seen the sad Batman meme that went out there when
Yeah,
he's sitting
of course.
next to Henry Cavill, and it's all crap.
classic.
Yeah, and you know, like I think physically he could do this. And maybe he will be the guy that they come back with and say, we're going to make you the Dark Knight Returns and a Frank Miller kind of a thing. Yeah, he's still got the gravitas.
Make it
but
Michael Keaton for that role.
I think we want to forget about all the other BS and just believe in our Batman, right? We want it to feel like Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man and Chris Hemsworth as Thor. And
How about a Batman that lasts for longer than a few years? You know, that'd be good.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm psyched on Matt Reeves' take that this is going to be really focused on the character and really focused on making it a story about him and being interesting.
Look at the worlds he's created. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Planet of the Apes was unbelievable.
Yeah.
What he could do with the Batman universe is something exciting, something to look forward to for sure.
Absolutely. Well, DCEU is, you know, as we know, in going through some crazy stuff, right? Aquaman has now officially become the highest grossing
$1 billion, yeah?
Yeah, but bigger than The Dark Knight Rises, bigger than bigger than anything that they've made so far.
Who would have thought that when we saw that at Christmas time? It was such a crazy movie that it would become that big. I thought it was going to bomb, but
it did
hey,
huge
that's kinda
numbers
cool.
overseas.
Yeah.
And it is cool, right? I'm happy for Jason Momoa and for James Wan, but it's a very different take than how the DCEU has started. And so I think behind the scenes there's all kinds of shuffling and trying to figure it out. They've teased the Birds of Prey movie with Harley Quinn. It looks like James Gunn is going to direct the Suicide Squad 2 film. He's not going to be back for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but they're putting him
it's so
there.
sad. Yeah.
Which
it's
is
a whole other conversation.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
But this is their cornerstone. They have to get this right, and I think that everybody at Warner Brothers and DC really understands that. They've got to build something that he has to be the sort of the groundwork for whatever becomes of the DC
the detective
movie
thing,
universe.
going back to the roots, as you said before. Yeah. So I think he's the best director for this.
Yeah, fantastic director.
Without question.
And then they got to solve their Superman problem because it doesn't look like Cavill's going to come back. Henry Cavill is going to come back as Superman, and he was fine.
Yeah.
But I think they're solving it slowly by slowly. And the cool thing that Affleck did, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but he tweeted out and said that he's really looking forward to seeing the new Batman movie that Matt Reeves is going to put out in 2021.
Of course.
So he did the classy
Yeah.
hat tip, sort of recognizing that maybe he's got to pass the torch and
You
stuff.
got to do that.
Yeah.
You got to be that person.
Yes.
You can't be anything else.
Yeah, so psyched to read it in your comments and, in replies to the tweets and all that stuff. I want to hear your choices on who Batman should be if you had your dreams fulfilled. I'm still rooting for Armie Hammer. When I think about it, I think that guy would be great. But definitely want to hear what you guys all have to say.